Okay, class. For today, we'll be discussing our first topic in our second quarter sa ating SSO1 Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics. So, our first topic, which is our week 11 topic, is families, kinship, and groups. So, matatandaan nyo, our previous lessons focused on an individual being part of a group of a society, from evolution to how culture molds us, or how socialization um, molds an individual to be part of a certain group, to conform to a certain set of standards and to follow the rules, guidelines of a certain group or the society per se. The idea of our first quarter focuses on the individual and kung paano siya minomolde, minomolde ng lipunang ginagalawan niya. This time though, we'll focus on those particular groups, or social institutions as we move along, which basically have that certain influences sa individual kung bakit siya nagiging ganito. O ano yung particular na mga institusyon or grupo sa isang lipunan na nagmamolde sa tao. And first off, we'll focus on families, kinships, and groups. So this is our chapter outline. We'll first focus on the groups within society. So ito yung mga types ng groups, no? Groups is a very generic term. So pwedeng mag-overlap yung types ng groups na babanggitin ko throughout this particular part of the lesson. But the first type of group within a society is the primary group. Primary group is a small and close-knit circle of family members or of friends and like-minded people. The thing with primary group is, number one example is family. Why? Because primary groups have these lasting relationships. So, kung meron kang circle of friends, also aside from your family, na meron kang lasting relationships, siguro because you have the same interests, you share the same passion for something, and you are, siguro, since high school, friends na kayo, since grade 7 or even elementary, those are individuals or groups that you can consider as your primary group, because those groups can be deemed as groups na meron kang lasting, tumatagal na relasyon. Okay? So, sabi nga nila, one of the most important types of primary groups na meron tayo is our high school friends. Why? Because even siguro kung mag-college tayo or maghiwa-hiwalay tayo ng landas, but by the time na magkita-kita daw ulit kayo ng high school friends nyo, babalik yung lahat ng bond na na-experience nyo. Because all of your friends nung high school, all of you share that same radical changes and experiences na define sa kung sino kayo ngayon. As such, napaka-importante yung impression na iwan sa inyo ng mga high school friends nyo. Kaya kahit maghiwa-hiwalay daw tayo, kayo ng mga high school friends nyo, pag dumating yung time na magkita-kita kayo, parang babalik lahat yung ala-ala. Because nandun yung lasting relationship. Yun yung gustong iparating ng primary group. Similarly, meron tayong tinatawag na secondary group. So, these are large scale and may have memberships in other countries. So, not necessarily merong sa ibang bansa, but again, it's large scale and not necessarily kilala mo lahat ng tao or miyembro sa secondary group na kasali ka or kabilang ka. Can be companies, professional organizations, and even corporations. In your case, siguro, you're part of MCL Senior High School. Not necessarily nakilala mo lahat ng nandun, but you're still part of that secondary group. And within that secondary group, meron kang makonsider na primary group, which is your specific set of friends na nabuo as you go along, you go with the flow dito sa ating school year. Similarly, meron tinatawag na intermediate group. While yung idea nito is medyo blurry, ang gusto ng iparit ng intermediate group is a cross between primary and secondary groups. So, maganda example dito is social media. Social media its primary function is to communicate as a means of communication between people, kung saang man lupalop ng mundo. And in a nutshell, social media can be considered a secondary group as isang malaking grupo siya, no, na mga tao, mga netizen na gumagamit ng social media, and within that large group, no, meron kang specific set of people na pwedeng maging bahagi ng primary group mo. Yet, hindi mo pa sila nakikita personally, no? Siguro, in the case of mga Facebook groups or even forums, wherein hindi ganun ka-clear yung distinction kung primary or secondary group mo sila. As such, nandiyan yung gray area na intermediate group, which is very much common sa social media. Then we have in and out groups. In groups is the group, your identity within the group, or what identifies you. Ibig sabihin, you're part of this group because you share that same identity with that group. So, halimbawa, part ka ng BTS Army, no? BTS Army can also be secondary group kasi large scale siya. But sa Pilipinas, pwede kang part ng BTS Army because you identify yourself with those members. All of you are fan of that particular group. So, out group, no one confirms your similarity within the group. May feel a sense of competitiveness or even hostility. Out group can be MCL Senior High School again. Again, gaya sinabi ko kanina, no, pwedeng mag-overlap kasi ito lang naman yung mga various types ng groups within a society. Yung isang particular na grupo, o example, pwede mag-overlap within different types ng groups na binabanggit ko dito. So, sa out-group, maganda example is MCL Senior High School ulit, no? MCL Senior High School in a way that no one confirms, no, your similarity within the group, except siguro yung idea na dito ka pumapasok. And at times, you feel a sense of competitiveness or hostility. Lalo na kung panahon na ng gawa ng grades, or panahon na ng exams, or panahon na ng magpapasa ng performance task. Then, you also have, no, reference groups. This group determines reference point of expected behavior or norm, has strong influence in individuals' behavior and social attitude. So, the thing with reference groups, ito naman ay, halimbawa, ito yung pwede mga, not necessarily the BTS Army, no? Pero pwede rin siguro. Pero mas, pag sinabi kasing reference group, ito yung mas specific na grupo na mga tinitingala mo. Ginagawa mong reference kung paano ka magbe-behave. So, kung sa BTS Army, pwedeng sabihin natin na BTS itself, Blink or Blackpink, kung ikaw ay Blink. So, kung ano mang anime, pwede rin siguro, specific anime. Those are your reference groups. You follow what specific type of behavior, no, or attitude that they are portraying. You'll use that as reference para maging tawag dito, to determine your expected set of behavior. Similarly, meron ding natawag na networks. These are set of relations, links, ties. These are interconnections, linkages between people, their groups, and larger social institutions. So, the thing with networks is, ito yung mga individuals who are not necessarily, you have mutual relationship, but because there's a certain instance, halimbawa, umattend ka ng isang competition outside of your school, nagkaroon ka ng mga kakilala doon. Not necessarily you consider them as your friends, but because due to a certain reason, dahil umattend ka doon, they became you created a certain relationship with them. At yung relationship na yon, pwede natin i-consider na networks. So, yung networks, napaka-importante yan because you can use them if you have certain things that needs to be done. Halimbawa, magsasagawa ka ng research and you need to kailangan mo ng mga specific participants. The more networks that you have or persons, linkages, ties with other people, the more na mas ma-achieve mo yung mga goal na gusto mong gawin. That's why networks are very important. Kaya kung may makakilala kayo na tingin nyo makakatulong sa inyo in the near future, make sure that you know their phone number or even add them to your social media accounts. So, the functions of networks, no, or social networks, may apat na functions ang networks. As a type of group, can be diffusion, exchanges, social support, and even exclusion. So, function siya in a way that diffusion, networks provide a source of information, either gossips, news. So, dinidifuse, no, pinapakalat yung kaalaman. Doon sa network yung nakukuha. Kung tutusin, networks can even be your social media account. Ganun na kasi ka-blur yung lines ngayon eh. Nung ginawa kasi itong types of groups na to, hindi pa ganun kalaganap yung social media nung early 2010s, to be precise, no? So, this time, dito, makikita mo na itong social networks na to, lahat yan ay very much visible sa social media as a type of group within society. Exchanges, in a way, through networks, informations are exchanged as well as materials. In material form can be exchanged. Lalo yung naganap, no? Sa Twitter, uso yung mga Twitter war. Or sa Facebook, yung mga online barter, nagaganap can. Even yung buy and sell, that can be exchanges, no? Nagaganap sa mga networks. Linkages or ties, no? Even social support. As a referral system, gaya na bangit ko kanina, kung may kailangan kayo, through your networks, not necessarily social media lang, but even actual people, it can provide social support as primarily referral system for whatever referral system in terms of jobs, in terms of, say, assets or informations, pwede yun. Pwede natin siyang part ng social support na function ng network. Lastly, exclusion. So, understandably, those who are outside the social group is considered to be excluded. Function siya in a way that networks create that idea na pag hindi ka bahagi ng grupong to, you're basically excluded. It creates a sense of you not being part of something. So, the function of that exclusion as a function of network creates that idea that you are alone, no? You are something that's uninvolved, no? And to some extent, nakalagay pa nga dito, you're different, not necessarily worthless, no? But social exclusion can create the sense that you're not part of the group, okay? So if you don't have networks, it can create the function then is that it shows that you're not part of any group, that you're alone, that you're excluded, and you're uninvolved, no? Uninvolved to any groups in a society.